Hello everybody, welcome back to This Week at MBE. It is Sunday night, pretty late, but so showing you the Hemi Heads here because Joey came in all weekend. This machine was busy Saturday and Sunday. This one just finished. You can see the chips and the coolant and everything. And we ran all these this weekend, so these are all finished. The reason why we needed to try and catch up to spindle time is because we're running manifolds and valley trays next week on this machine. So there's a lot of manifolds to run. You can see Op 1 is done in a bunch of them. And there's a bunch more on the shelf over here that we run the Op 1 and also. Just trying to catch up on all that. So Joey really kicked some butt this weekend, so that was great. And then Scott's working on the A460 billet manifolds that we're doing. They're also going to come in cast for the truck pullers. So these are definitely for either truck pullers or drag race guys. That's what that manifold is going to be for. We can do it in many other deck heights, and we're going to put some in inventory. And then we got some repair work over here. We have some of the, since the No Prep King guys, you know, have about 3 or 4 weeks off. I shouldn't say that. We had 3 or 4 of the guys come in that had repair work. So we got this set right here. We had a bunch of other stuff that went out last week. Tried to get those guys going. A couple of the jobs were only here 2 days, and they need a fair amount of work. But Joey, Bob, and Dave, or I shouldn't say that. Bob, Dave, and Ian really kicked ass. Yeah, so they got a lot of that done for those guys, so they don't have to worry. And then we got some stuff going on in here. So this is final mock-up for this. They're making the valley trays tomorrow for this job. This is a Mr. Chrysler. So this is a truck pull deal. So big 9 intake manifold. Valley tray, like I said, finished tomorrow, and these will be assembled and ready to ship. This is a cool one right here. So this is normally aspirated, small block Ford, 400 cubic inches, using our billet cylinder head, our billet Ford that flows 500 CFM. On a 600 bench, it probably goes 520. So this has got a 2310 intake valve and inch 590 exhaust. This thing's going to run because this is 10,000 RPM, normally aspirated. I always get excited about that. Something about RPM and NA that just can get you excited. I can't wait to see what kind of power this makes. This is going to have 1-inch lift at least, 10,000 RPM. So the manifold's finished. You can see oval port and everything throughout. This is going to be a beast. I can't wait. Can't wait to see how it runs at the track too. So this is for engine builder Chuck Barnes, for his customer. So we had Induction Solutions did the nitrous for it. Now we're just machining the manifold. So this valley tray will get machined tomorrow too. The valley tray for the Ford is getting done tomorrow, and then all these jobs will be finished. Basically, we just need more machines, but we're working on that. We will get that handled. But this is pretty cool. It's our 13-degree head, very nitrous friendly. It'll take timing, which all nitrous guys and power adder guys know. If it'll take timing, they typically run. So we got this going with all of this, and then just got a simple either. I think that's an old SC1, I believe. I'm not positive on that. And then we're going through a bunch of the chunks of billet material. Biggs might have shown the pallet earlier in the video, I'm not sure, but we're rolling through those pallets of that billet material. So these are some more of the sets of rockers that came in for the big 9. So we have aluminum and steel. Not pushing it, but it's always a good idea to get your name on a set of these, so you're not waiting the 20 to 24 weeks for rockers. So we're putting the money towards it to try and help everybody. But if your name's not on one, then it'll be on somebody else's name will be on it. So that stuff's coming in. Some stuff for the 18-degree max pull. We ordered some rockers for that too. That stuff is trickling in. This way we can turn those jobs over. Really, we're looking to try and turn those jobs over in 5 to 6 weeks, and I do think that's a realistic time frame. We've done some things on the valve side, where Exeldyne has promised us valves in 4 to 6 weeks. So that's typically the two things that hold us up. But we did a whole thing with that, and they're going to fix all of that. So that's wonderful, and that's coated also. This is a cool deal. This is for Rube Allman, top dragster guy. But this is blown, so he's using the 18-degree max at the 2500 intake valve. You can see it's got the soft chamber in it. We just got the lift numbers for this, and Sunset is building this engine. Joe at Sunset, so he's a plenty enough smart enough engine builder. He's been doing this a long time. So looking forward to see how this is going to run. Like I say, it's always good when your customer uses a good engine builder, then it makes our packages look better also. So like I said, Sunset's building this. This is a supercharged 18 top dragster. So even using this head, I mean, it flows more than a Brad 6 does. So I think it's kind of cool. So this thing, I don't know, I would think you should be able to run 620s very easily. We got a set of big 9s here. We got one set in inventory for this. So that is an NA or a low nitrous version. So we're trying to do whatever we can to try and get this stuff going. So when December hits, we can get some stuff out the door. And then we'll come back here. Before we go in the back room, let's look at this. This is a whole pallet that's going to Australia. This is a big 9 setup. So you got the intake manifold on top. You got all the parts and everything. You got a complete set of big 9s there. So this is a really nice setup with the whole top end. So when the engine builder, gets all of this, he doesn't have to be concerned that we're on the other side of the world. Everything's going to fit for him. And I take that as a direct compliment that people from Australia, New Zealand, Sweden, Finland, that they order from us. Because if we didn't handle all of that, there's no way they could afford to do it going back and forth with things. So big 9, complete package, going to Australia. Okay, that's a brand new set for Damon Merchant, the big 9s. So those, they just need to be, they're here to get the guides honed and then finish valve job, and those will be finished. And this is a repair here for Chuck Wallick. So you can see we've got a ton of the work done already. I think Chuck will be happy that we're working on it. So Chuck had some issues, but we'll get this all, when it's all finished, and hopefully we'll be able to do a video and just show how pretty it looks compared to what it was, just the before and after. So a lot of welding, a lot of fixing. It looks like it's a big deal, but this is not a big deal. This is just putting some weld in them, and then we'll machine the seat bores in it. We'll redo the spark plugs. We'll deck it. We'll put the seats in. We'll valve job it, and he'll be on his way. So this is not something like this. It looks a lot worse than what it is. Truthfully, it'll probably run better than it did before he had it. I don't know exactly what that is. That looks like an old set of 14s or something. The DART program in it, judging by the long, narrow port though, because that right there looks like something from about 1995 or something, I would guess. So here we got a power header guy. This gentleman here sending stuff from, I don't remember, it was just far away. But he kicked the head gasket out of it, so he torched it. So you can see where it was here. It burnt the head gasket out of it. So we're going to help him out as much as we can. We can make suggestions, but when they only want to do what they want to do, that's all we can do. So we're going to put a soft chamber in it, so that should help with this. Of course, this is a boosted application, and he runs like salt flat stuff. So if he wants to go 200 miles an hour, we certainly suggested that he either put hoops in it or O-ringed it and ran a copper gasket. But he's going to continue on with that. So hopefully, with him updating to studs, us putting the soft chamber in it, that all of it will stay together for him. So, but this is what happens when you have a boosted application and it's just not set up for it. That's all. And maybe in a drag race form, this would have lasted, because you got stuff that only goes for like 7-8 seconds. But I'm gonna guess this thing runs for like a minute full throttle, so it makes it a lot harder on things. That's a lot of heat. That is a lot of heat, and that's a lot of revolutions under boost the engine goes through. And then, but that's it. That's this week at MBE. Thank you for joining us. Have a great week, everybody.